Hey, hello. I finally made it. It's probably going to be a shorter stream because, well, it took me a while to get on here. Things, life happens. You know how it goes. But hey, we're here. Articus, I have no idea if you're still here. My man, what's up, my man? Yeah, I don't know if you're still around, but what's up, Articus? Good to see you. Yeah, I didn't get to do a recap for uh, Rings of Power. Hey, what's up, man? You're always here. You're always lurking. Yes. What's up, Yunan? Good to see you, buddy. Um, yeah, I didn't even share this one out, so it's gonna be a short one. It's getting late. I got a early morning, but Sam in the house with his trademark. Good to see you, buddy. You know, and that shirt was awesome. You posted in Discord. That was quite the piece of artwork. So I'm jealous. It's a cool looking shirt, but yeah, so man, I'm glad there's some of you guys in chat because I'm in this weird place because like fantasy like shows are just like I don't know what's wrong, right? And I feel like I saw your wolf mask. I didn't see you had a tail. Did you get a tail? That'll be interesting. Oh boy. Um Yeah, I do. Yeah. Why is that? That's not weird news, but Rings of Power, man. It's been a different type of bad, right? Um, what's up, Staplebo? It's bad. Like don't get me wrong, it's horrible. But like some of it is like been like so freaking like if they tried to like start calling it a parody, it might work out for them because like I am like no bullshit getting some laughs out of it because some of the stuff that we've seen in that show is just like over the top ridiculous. I mean like well hold on a sec. Here, can you hand me my list? You walked in at the perfect time. What's up, Bella?
I just wanted to ask if we had any more soap, like soap laying around.
Soap? Yeah, you can take on my shelf.
Cool, because we just randomly.
So what's that?
We ran out of our soap and bathroom.
Oh yeah, you can take it. I'll find something else. You robbed my bathroom of all my stuff, so it's okay. Just
Okay, it's
take
not
it.
my
It's
fault.
all
It's
right.
not my
It's all
fault. It's
right.
not my
It's
fault.
you know, a father
You
never
are
has
taking
his
more
own shit. I
resources,
get it.
okay?
I never have my own stuff. It's okay. I
That's
get
just
it.
how it. That's how it is.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. So
That's fine.
thanks, Bella. Hey, tomorrow we got to do that thing, Bella. Tomorrow we got to do that project if we can after I get home from work. It'll be late though. We'll have to coordinate.
That's
Sorry.
okay. Stay up late on it.
We'll figure it out. But yeah, thanks, sweetheart. Sorry about that, guys. So I have this list, and I got a video I'm working on. Hopefully, it'll be out tomorrow or Tuesday. I want to get it out uh, before the next episode comes out. But I've been jotting down things, and I haven't gone back through any of the episodes yet. And you felt the urge to bash the keyboard. Oh, well, because the shirt? Sorry. I I don't know why the shirt would make you want to bash a keyboard, but okay. Um but literally there like and I still need to probably go through the episodes again because there's probably more that I missed off the top of my head. But literally no bullshit, I'm writing down scenes where I started laughing because it felt like a comedy. Um it just to give you like just to give you a little bit of a few to chew on here. So we have so here I don't want to I don't want to so I have I'm gonna have probably a top 10 list. We'll see, but like for instance, I posted a video of our stream when Rufio shows up. I freaking lost my mind. Like it was so fucking funny. and like maybe I can find the do I have the image saved on my keyboard? But literally it's like, these characters show up and they start doing stuff and I just can't not laugh. It's so funny. Like here, like look at this guy. Like if you haven't seen it, like where is it? This dude. There it is. My favorite character. My new favorite character. Rufio. Like it's hilarious. Like he shows up and I freaking just started busting a gut, right? Then you have you got Spaghetti Sauron, right? Spaghetti Sauron, hilarious. Uh what else do you have? Let's see. We had the whole worm scene last episode where he gets eaten by a worm and then spit out again. We have another arrow scene. I don't know why Amazon doesn't know. I need to write that one down. Amazon doesn't know how to deal with arrow wounds. Like another arrow gets shot into somebody's body and they don't know how to get it out. Uh, remember when I said the tree was an Entwife? I remember. Yep, I know you did. To be fair, I think they said it like I think we've been calling the Entwife since they alluded to something last season. But you did call it out 100% that it was. I'll give you credit, But and then we have quite possibly, we haven't done a fight autopsy in a while, but we had quite possibly one of the worst fight scenes I've ever seen in my life. Which was fun to sort of look at on scene or on stream because when I was looking back at it, I don't know if the person that I thought was trying to derail the stream was actually trying to derail the stream, or if he was just making an observation like sarcasm, because sarcasm doesn't translate very well to text, right? So, but like, Galadriel quite literally takes out like I don't know 20. Like she would have taken out 20 orcs if Adar didn't show up. The super orc, Lord Father, the father of the orcs that just want to be people, right? It's literally a comedy show. Like I don't want to know what else to say. I feel like it's like I don't know. It's like if I start looking, I'm actually getting some laughs from it because it's funny. Uh, and that's not what it's intended, but that's really the only way you can watch it. I feel like because it's just silly. It's like silly on top of silly on top of silly, and that's the sad part is they don't think it's silly; they think it's serious, and it's ridiculous. And then I started looking up Rings of Power stuff, Rings of Power, and like Forbes is going crazy. Like the vitriol coming out of Forbes for Rings of Power is just unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. Rings of Power. Oh God, I hate this site though. It's so bad. You can't get by any of the ads. Rings of Power Season 2, Episode 4, Eldest is another atrocious disaster. Wow. Wow. Atrocious disaster. What's up? What's going on, Aldan? Good to see you, buddy. This will be a short stream, but I figured I'd get it in. It's wild. It's hi Teresa, good to see you. So there's that one, and then Forbes has another one. I had it up. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Popular Nazgul theory, even more likely after Rings of Power Season 2 hint. Oh my gosh, what is this? Hold on. Oh shit, I just closed it. Dang it. Dang it. Hold on. Hold on. What in Sam Hill is this? Is Screen Rant at it again? Popular Nazgul theory looks even more likely after the Rings of Power Season 2 hint. Warning, article contains spoilers for Rings of Power Season 2. The Rings of Power is likely to reveal who becomes the Nazgul that appears in Lord of the Rings, and one popular theory looks even more likely after Season 2. The Nazgul are hooded creatures who... we already know who the Nazgul are. Right? It's the 9 Kings of Men. I was thinking, and I might have found a plot hole. You know how the elves are apparently losing their immortality because of the tree. Well, what happened to happens to Adar? Dude, they don't know what a plot is. They're just doing things like look, dude. The orcs were out in the forest shooting arrows at a horse. They couldn't hit the horse. Okay? But they still so they couldn't hit the horse, but they were just blindly shooting arrows into the forest. And magically an arrow hits a tree right next to an elf. And you're supposed to go, "Oh man, they shot the arrow at the elf. Oh my gosh." And then you find out, no, it was just completely fucking random. Then the elves suck, and instead of hiding and not being found by the orcs who are just shooting at a horse, they get found because they suck. And then we find out again that the orcs are just shooting after nothing, but they managed to, while trying to shoot a horse, hit an elf by mistake. So the orcs are better at shooting their bows and hitting things when they're aiming for something else. This is the show, people. Like, I'm pretty sure the Rings of Power Saruman replacement is way more evil than the Lord of the Rings. Like, we are into just all, like, anybody that is like a Tolkien hardcore has to be losing their shit over this. Why is Saruman evil? He shouldn't be. I know he's not evil, right? So okay, so likely to reveal who becomes Nazgul that appear in Lord of the Rings. However, J.R.R. Tolkien's books reveal the Nazgul were once men. They were the 9 men who received the Rings of Power, which eventually corrupted them and turned them into Sauron's servants. Theo, being the Lord of Pelargir, makes him an even more convincing Nazgul candidate. So, what? Okay, so can somebody explain to me what the fuck happened here? Why is he the Lord of anything? Is it because Broomhilda fucking was his mom? Like, and because Don Lemon Elf said he was the Lord of Pelargir? Pelargir? Like, what's up, Matt? Maybe Matt can you explain, Matt? Saruman shouldn't be even there in the second. Well, neither should Gandalf, right? But Gandalf's there. Right, Gandalf shouldn't be anywhere near this either, right? Right? Am I right, Matt? Like, chat, help me out here. Like, I know there's the throwaway line in the show where he looks at him and goes, "Theo, I've just saved you from the trees that were pissed off because they thought you were chopping down their children. You're the Lord of Pelargir now." And he's like, "Thanks, Dad." So why? So that makes it so now he's a Nazgul. Like, it gives him a motive and position of power to receive a ring. Arondir reveals that Theo is now the Lord of Pelargir. Why? Why is she the Lord of anything? She wasn't like. I don't understand. We just call people shit, and like. She wasn't even. She was just a bitch that took charge and made stupid decisions in season 1. Why does that make him the Lord of anything? He's a dumb fuck. Gandalf etc. didn't arrive till right. Yeah, so none of them should be around. Meaning that Tyrone Muffadin's character Muffadins. I don't know if that, I don't know. I'm gonna call him Tyrone Muffadin from now on. Holds a position of power in the port city where the Sutherland is currently. Why? Why? It's unclear. It's unclear how Theo earned this title or what responsibilities it bestows upon him. Well, that doesn't matter because the character said it. So now it is. So we don't have to, we don't have to explain anything. However, this detail does make it more likely he'll become one of the Nazgul. Especially if he's charged with ensuring the well-being of his people, because he's not a coward or anything, right? But I guess cowards make the perfect, leaders in this show. It's crazy. Yeah. Hello? I guess they're not knocking at my door. Okay. Broomhilda's death can explain why Theo accepted one of the nine. Why? Why does that explain shit? There's a rumor that not Gandalf may be Saruman. No, that rumor is bullshit. He's Gandalf. They all but called him Gandalf. The stores, Rufio's people basically called him Gandalf without saying it. If he had closed captioning on and he had eyes, Yeah, there you go. Zach says it. Grand Elf. Yeah, it says Grand Elf right on screen. So he's 100% Gandalf. The Dark Wizard is probably 100% Saruman for some fucking reason. Pelargir was founded by Númenóreans and was a haven for faithful over 700 years after the ring was forged. So why is he the lord of it, Matt? Hold on. What time is it? I don't want to go too long. I'd invite you, but I don't plan on going crazy. We'll see how long I go, Matt. I just go like because it's just like her death. Who cares? She was in charge because why? His grief could leave him open to corruption. No, the fact that he's a piece of shit character could leave him open to corruption. He's an asshole. Theo's new title, which he hasn't earned and was just bestowed upon him because the elf said so, is why he can be corrupted, right? It's like, who cares, right? Who cares how anything happens? Things just are. We are talking about a show where they started a sleeping volcano with a small stream, and the Sutherland people were being led into a battle by a girl who picks flowers, who survives 2 orc arrows. Right, of course. Who apparently was now I guess she was the princess of Palir, and since she died and she was in charge, now Theo is the prince. Yay! Why are we even going to see Nazgul? We shouldn't be seeing Nazgul, right? But no, let's see, we have uh, you know, we have Oh gosh, why can't I remember the freaking? We have a Balrog, so we have to have Nazgul too, because remember Nazgul in the Lord of the Rings, so we have to see Nazgul. But they're not gonna. Are they gonna be able to call them Nazgul, or are they just gonna be calling them Ghost guys? Spooky men. Maybe they'll call them Spooky men, or call them Spookers. Oh. I'm not buying the Rings of Power's explanation for why Isildur doesn't destroy the One Ring. What? Why was there was an explanation? Excuse me? I don't understand. I watched all 4 episodes. Where was the explanation of why? Huh? That was funny how they sunk so much into a fake character story. She was the leader for reasons, but not worth recasting. Yeah, she well, she was too iconic, right? That actress did such a great job that they couldn't recast her. Remember, we write stories for the actors or actresses, not for the characters. So as soon as she didn't sign back on, they said, "Well, that's it." How the Rings of Power tries to explain why Isildur doesn't destroy the One Ring. Is that what it's doing? It's very clear why he doesn't destroy the One Ring in the movie. Like, why is this up for debate? Like, was this up for debate? I think they do a pretty good job explaining just from visual cues and what's going on in the scene why Isildur didn't throw the ring into the volcano. It has nothing to do with Rings of Power at all. Like, I don't like, where are you getting this shit? Like, this is more is this is like we're back to like trying to say that the show is doing things that it's like, no, it's not. It's not doing that. You're making that shit up. Like, you're trying to put stuff in that isn't there to try and explain how it could be better. When you actually, all you need to do is fucking just think of it as a comedy. Rings of Power just addressed 3 massive Tolkien mysteries in the same episode. This sounds a lot like Robert Jordan theories have been proven by the Wheel of Time TV show. Sounds like a load of crap. Is the theory that her acorns hatched and ran away because they're little people now? It introduces Tom Bombadil. Yeah, sort of. Apparently, he's not even close to what he's supposed to. The stores explain the Shire's origin in the Rings of Power canon. No, it doesn't. It just says that one guy goes to find the Shire. It doesn't say. It doesn't explain shit. Real question. I assumed they were going to explain poorly why isolated places are so diverse, but they didn't. Are we supposed to be pretending that characters aren't pox, just the actors? I don't know what we're supposed to think. I think we're not supposed to think at all. I think we're supposed to see a group of elves that don't look or act like each other at all, and think, oh, they're all from the same city, because we don't live in reality. Does anyone at this point have any doubts that it will be Galadriel who will be the one who creates last alliance between elves? Of course. Well, first she's going to team up with. Well, so here's what we're building up right now, lady. Okay, so we're building up the. She is going to show the orcs that elves are good, and the elves are going to team up with the orcs because orcs are just people too. They just, orcs are misunderstood. They're just misunderstood creatures. They just want families, even though they sure didn't seem like. Oh yeah, and the Entwives. Yeah, they did a great job of introducing that the Entwives are just in the forest. The Rings of Power 2 is dealing with Tolkien's Entwives mystery. No, no, they're just there because yeah, so but shit, what was I saying? Oh yeah, that's right. They're setting up the Grand Alliance of Elves and Orcs. So Galadriel is going. Adar just saved Galadriel after she killed a bunch of his children. Apparently, right? Don't forget, Adar stops them from killing. Adar stops her from murdering more orcs he is supposed to feel like are his children, and they see him as a father. He stops her from doing that just to probably next episode they're going to have a massive team up and go after Sauron because the enemy of my enemy, right? And then they're going to have this little thing where they're like, man, I didn't realize orcs were like this. They're really just people too. They just want to be left alone, blah 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 blah. And then Sauron's going to kill Adar or something and take over the orcs, and they're going to be mind wiped or fucking zombified, so you know they're not really doing all this stuff of their own accord, right? It's not going to be the orcs fault. It's going to be Sauron's fault. The orcs are just being mistreated. I have no idea, Zax. I have no idea. But yeah, it's gonna be ridiculous. But she's gonna like convince Adar to go, like, let her be a part of the attack because she knows this, and then you know Elrond is gonna like come back around, only he's gonna be wearing the ring, and he's gonna be like, "You were right, Galadriel. I was wrong because that's just the way things are in Rings of Power. Is I'm always wrong and you're always right, right?" There is no mystery. Greybeard said it in the book. Sauron burnt the Entwives to slow down elves and the Númenóreans who were marching towards Mordor. Well, there you go. Hey, Laurent, what's up? I wonder if the leak that Sauron will impregnate Galadriel in the series is true. I hope so. She's probably already pregnant. And she'll have to invent abortion or something to start a crusade about reproductive rights. Oh my god. It's evil growing inside me. We must get rid of it, right? And then she's gonna stab herself with an arrow because they don't know what the fuck arrows are for or how to deal with them. Amazon writers don't know how to deal with arrows. It's the funniest thing ever. We literally had another arrow wound get fixed by something. We still don't know what. Right? It just the arrow disappeared or some shit because they don't know how to deal with arrows. Oh man, I may have to go over that fight scene though. That fight scene is really bad. Like me and Nathan sort of looked at it real quick, but looking back at it, there is so much wrong with that fight scene. It's there's so much wrong with it, and it's this being so bad, right? That make people think that House of the Dragon is a masterpiece. Hell, it makes me think Rings or House of the Dragon was better than it was. I mean, I didn't like season 2 of House of the Dragon nearly as much as a lot of people, apparently, but it was better than this. I mean, this is just like holy shit. Oh, sorry. 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 Right? I mean, it's crazy. Like it makes it look so much better in comparison. But that's why I'm just gonna try and just gonna try and think of it as a comedy. I'm gonna get my laughs in, right? Because there are lots of laughs to be had. Because like the never emptying water that feeds the whole village. We're stealing water to fill up the pot of everlasting water that is able to irrigate all of the giant cabbages that the not halflings, the not hobbits, um, you know. Oh man, yeah, shoot, I forgot about that. Sorry, Zach, you're right. Shit. Oh no, it did, but in comparison to what we're watching, I'm not. I was there, Teresa. I was there. I was there, and it does, but it still made no sense in a lot of places to me either. But in comparison to what we're watching, it's just it's different still. It still was. It's like degrees of bad, and they're still both a mess. But it's like a 4-year-old mess compared to a 14-year-old's mess, right? It's a little bit more sophisticated, I guess. I don't know. It's just weird. It's just I don't know why that I don't know why. And it's like I don't know. Are some of these companies are we finally getting, I mean, Sony's uh Sony's losing has lost enough money that it's now, canceling video games like Concord because it failed. So is it are we finally at a point where all these failures because of doing everything but making good shows are starting to catch up with these studios and these companies, that they finally have to make actual business decisions and cancel stuff? I mean, another one of the Forbes articles said that can Amazon may want to rethink the 5-year plan with Lord of the Rings, with Rings of Power, because of how bad it is. And they're right, but it's like the money's already been paid, right? You paid the money. I don't even know about that. I see that's the thing. I'll say something as bad as the season of Rings of Power is. It's rotten, still better than the Acolyte. And me, I don't know, because we're like, again, we're dealing with degrees of bad, and it's really sad that we are not like talking about, wow, this show had me thinking like this, and this that, yeah. We're not comparing like the cool things that happen in these shows, or the acting or whatever. It's now, the Acolyte is such trash. Like I in the man, the white knighting campaign for the Acolyte is unfucking real, right? I mean, you have fucking whiny baby channels white knighting this crazy lunatic actress that will sit there and do her hair on while just lying into a camera, talking about all this bullshit that isn't even true, and how Acolyte is it's just racists and bigots that don't like it. It would never had a chance because of all those people. Well, since when? Like, and it's like and well, Acolyte is one of those. It's one of those weird things. It's like, oh, they listen to the bad guys. Well, they never listen to us. So why did they all of a sudden decide to listen to us? They're not listening to us with Rings of Power. They're not listening to us with any other form of entertainment. It's just, it's another, oh my God, business money decision was made. They saw that they weren't going to be able to make any fucking money, so they canceled it. Like, are we finally there? Have we finally made it? What's up, Dempsey? What's up, man? Have we finally made it to where money matters again? Have we? Please? I don't know. I hope, because you're right. It's like we have, like, how do we judge the level of badness between these? Oh God, like it's gonna come. It's coming. It's like she, as soon as she gets her next bunch of interviews, right? It's coming. Like I don't know if the sexist bigot comments have started yet about how we all don't like it because we're sexist and bigots. But if it hasn't started, it will. It will probably, like, the whole the whole hate mob thing, that we're just haters and all that will start soon enough. Probably when the ratings come out, and if the ratings aren't the way they like them, then then we'll start getting called names again, because we're calling it how we feel we see it, right? It's like, I have eyes, I can see what I can see, and if you disagree, that's fine. But I'm not making none of my opinions about anything have been based on anything other than a show and whether it makes sense or not. What's up, Lau? What's going on, buddy? Don't forget, they revealed the first woman in Warhammer 40k to be Adeptus Custodes, and she looks like a man. Now it's a matter of time before female Space Marines appear. Yeah, it's one of those things. Like, I know people are still holding out hope for didn't the whole Warhammer thing in Amazon go belly up too? It felt like somebody told me that. I never had any hope for Warhammer being good at this point, especially on Amazon. I don't take any offense, buddy, but I think your eyes are a little closed. That's all I'm gonna say. But that's okay. We've had that discussion, man. And that's fine, dude. I'm having a lot of laughs at this season, not because I think it's good, but because I think a lot of things that it's doing are comical. McCallum, what's up? Good to see you, bud. What's up, dude? I saved my time and skipped Rings of Power season 2. Probably wise, in my opinion. Unless you're looking for some laughs. I've gotten some laughs, that's for sure. Yes, indeed, we are racist bigots towards an heiress with the white Danish dad who had everything handed to her on a silver platter since she. Oh, what? What? No way. The whole thing going on with the Acolyte is just mind blowing. That you just Now I think like I try to avoid as much as I can all the I know the DEI stuff is in a lot of this stuff, but I try to not focus on that as much, because I think it's more important to focus on. Yeah, come on, everybody. I think it's more important, especially for me, for how I like to watch stuff, to focus on what's happening, right? And then talking about whether what's happening on the screen makes sense or not to me, right? I can see all the DEI stuff coming, or I can see all of it on the screen, right? But I like to try and not talk about that as much because if that is not my chief complaint when I'm talking about something, then when some that was weird. Well, that was weird. All right, guys. You see me? I don't know what happened there. Am I back? Hello? I wish that's how it was here, lady. I think I'm talking to myself right now. Okay, you can? Okay, good. I don't know. Like all my shit's frozen. I'm back, okay. Lyle, I'll never give you a hard time for liking something. You know that. We've had those talks before. Um, but and you know I love you, man. You know that, right? And I feel bad like having to quantify that every time, but you know it. I hope you know that by now. But the show is terrible, man. Like, and I think part of it is uh, I don't know. I think you're carrying its water for it. You want it to be good, so it's good in your eyes. And you know what? That's you're not out preaching that we're all bad people for not liking it. So I can respect that to a point. Um, but there are some serious glaring problems with this show. Um, and the really the only way for me the only way I've been able to get through some of these episodes is one, thankfully, me and Nathan have been watching them together, and we've just been laughing. We've just been laughing our asses off. You know, Galadriel, taking on 20 orcs. Uh, you know, the orcs that forgot they had bows after she killed two of them, and then she grabs a lantern, and we have the force multiplier to fire arrows that now explode because she's shooting them, and that's just one scene. The whole bug scene, the whole mud pit worm scene is a mess. Um, it's just it's it's one of those like I don't know. I don't know. Let's see, Ryan. Here we go. What's up, Ryan? Parts are good, decent. I like the dwarfs, but most is awful. I mostly hate it because of the lore destruction and disrespect to Tolkien, the father of modern fantasy. And I think that the part of the thing I think that's silly is like they're forcing you have the not it's just you have budget Samwise Gamgee, you have budget Frodo, you have Gandalf that you can't call Gandalf, but he is Gandalf. You have Saruman who's not Saruman, but you got Saruman who is Saruman, but you can't call him Saruman. You got fucking Halbrand who is Sauron, who turns into a spaghetti goo monster, and then is now Celebrimbor's an idiot and doesn't realize he's being manipulated, even though he knows that he's being manipulated. Like it's just there's a lot of cheap tricks trying to just go. Oh, I remember, and now we're talking about Nazgul, and it's when apparently wizards shouldn't even be there. Why are they there? Well, I don't know. There's no point in them being there right now. Gandalf, made a tornado in the desert that managed to kill two men, but the two tiny halflings didn't get killed. Make sense of that for me. And then you walk around a corner in a massive desert, and you just happen to walk into Rufio from Hook. It's just too much. It's too much. Like I don't have as deep a connection to the lore as many people have. I'm just watching it as a show. Like I like as a fantasy show that I wish was good, and it's all contrivance, plot convenience, fast travel nonsense, and sometimes funny. Like you get some fun stuff that's so ridiculous you just have to laugh. For me, um, but yeah, I mean this season's you have several. I mean the thing that's interesting to me about this season so far is you have some of the mainstream media actually calling it out as being terrible, which is interesting, um, because they're not known for doing that. Um, Most of it is this was in the movies and people liked it, so we put it in the show. Well, that's why the Balrog's there. That's why we have not Gandalf. That's why we have not Saruman. Right? That's why we're talking about Nazgul. Like, why are we talking? Why are we talking about Nazgul? Like, I don't understand why Nazgul are even coming up. Now, to be fair, I don't think that was the show. That was an article trying to make something out of Theo just being given a title for no reason. He was just given the title because titles. Um, right? So I don't know. Using the appendices, they could literally have made dozens of shows and movies. Instead, they made up their own fan fiction and added some woke sauce. Yeah, that sounds like it, Matt. Like you're much more in tune with all this than I am when it comes to the lore. The best of all is out of nowhere, the elves forgot they have horses and sent Galadriel and Elrond on foot on an extremely urgent mission. Yep, they all walked. Celebrimbor is with Sauron because Celebrimbor can't. Oh, Celeborn. I don't. Sorry, no, it's not. Sorry, I'm not sure. Sorry, I get confused. Uh, we will get. Are we getting a baby? Really, we're getting a baby Balrog. So we're doing Baby Yoda. For me, what thoughts on if Rings of Power season 2 or Wheel of Time season? For me, Rings of Power because I can laugh at it. I can't laugh at Wheel of Time personally. I'm not sure, but I think you may be right. I don't know. I'm the wrong guy to ask. If Matt's still in here, he'll know. I know it's just the fact that I don't get it, and I'm sick of morons calling me a shill or fake fan for liking Rings of Power. Well, don't fuck them. Like, look, man, yeah, and I don't think less of you for liking it. My best friend likes it. I will, however, do my best to ruin it for you. Like that, like who cares? Like Lyle, you know if you're a fan, and that's fine. I think the reason I'm you're not in here calling us names for not liking it or for calling out things. My gut feeling is Wheel of Time is by far the worst show. Well, I think so, personally. Jonathan, what's up, my man? What's up, Prophet? Are you surprised Wheel of Prime lasted longer than The Acolyte? Hmm. No, not really, because I thought for sure they would push at least a second season of The Acolyte through. That just shows you how bad it was. Right? It was look, and don't get it twisted. It's not because we're all bigots and it's because the show sucked. Okay, like I don't know how many different people, I don't know how many times different people have to say it. The show was horseshit. It was terrible. I am surprised. So I am surprised the Acolyte didn't get a second season. Am I surprised it didn't last as long as Wheel of Time? No, because Disney has shown that they will cancel a show right away, like Willow. Willow has basically been dusted. It's gone. Right? Dusted. Willow had its season and it was so bad they tried to erase it from everybody's memories. Right? Willow was gone. It's just poof. Right? So, and Amazon has shown a willingness to just keep wasting money. So now it seems like that willingness to waste money is coming to an end. Seems like even if there are more people like Lyle that are liking Rings of Power, there are far more that seem to dislike it and aren't watching it. Don't mind me. It's just not fun when people you consider friends are mocking. Well, I hope that I hope that's none. I hope none among us, because I don't see anybody in this chat mocking you, and I hope that's not where you're getting it from, because that's not how I roll, man. So I got a lot of respect for you, brother. Like what you like, as long as you're not forcing your ideals on me, we're straight, brother. So yeah, Willow got Bill fired. What? Prophet of the Dragon? What's that Sigmar model you got behind you? He's built. I just haven't painted him yet. I got a lot of painting to do. I got a lot of painting to do. Let's see here. So Jonathan, I hope that answered your question. I'm more surprised that Acolyte didn't get a season 2 than I am that it didn't last as long as Wheel of Prime. Wheel of Prime right now, Amazon is, I think, trying desperately to gaslight themselves into thinking there's going to be a successful second season or third season, because they've invested all this money. It's one of those things. I feel like maybe people at Amazon are like, we have to see this through. We've invested this money. It's gotta get better eventually, right? That's basically why they've said season 4 is going to be based on how season 3 does, which is that should be death for Wheel of Time, right? So good night, Ryan. Thanks for popping in, buddy. And then that's it. That is a good time for bed night, folks. And cheer up, Lyle. We love you. Here, here. Here, here. We don't have to get, we respect. We can respect each other. We don't have to like the same things. That's fine. We've said that a million times. And that's the truth. So as long as you're not calling me names for not liking it, then we are straight. If I were to play Sigmar, I would play Skaven more than More so with their new releases this week. I haven't seen the new releases this week, but I know Skaven's getting a bunch of upgrades. We played. Me and Nathan did the one round of the Stormlight game, so we got to do that a few more times. Try and figure out how to get good at playing it, so we can start having our own games in preparation for our own little group of players, which could be fun. So, but yeah, so let's see here. Before and I was going to, let's see here. I'm sorry I started late because I'm gonna have to wrap it up here in a minute, but there was this one thing. So yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. Rings of Power, marching along. We'll see. It's one of those things that's, for me, it's sort of like what weird thing is gonna happen next, because we've had so I feel like we've had some weird reveal or weird something each episode so far. That fight scene was abysmal. Agatha, oh god, I can't believe I can't believe that's still going. I can't believe that show didn't get canceled. Man, the MCU is in free fall right now. Like, we have no idea, lady. We're thinking middle of next year. It could be September, August of 2025. We're not sure. Yeah, you've been sending a few things. I've been checking it out. No, it'll be next year. You know, they've already confirmed it's next year. We just didn't get an exact date. It's done. It's all been done. It's done in the can. They're all doing post production work. They've already said it'll be next year. It's just what time next year. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, that the freaking Agatha comes out. Apparently, Robert Downey Jr. is getting paid $100 million to come back as Doom. What a waste of fucking money! Like, what a waste! Like, it's crazy. Like, they just the inmates are running the asylum. Nobody knows what they're doing. It's like, yeah, just have Robert Downey Jr. come back. That'll get people to come back and watch it. It's like, it's like, I don't know when we got to a point in Hollywood with shows and movies where they can't understand that we need an entertaining story. It's not about who's in it. Who's in it sure helps. The actors, if you have a great actor, it can make a movie better. But if the structure of the building is made with frickin' string and not wood, then what the fuck? If you're on a House of Cards, right? You know what they say about a House of Cards, right? Not the show, that poor show too. Oh god. Oh god. Oh boy. I'm thinking in the summer. Yeah, summer of 2025. That's highly possible. Highly possible. But let's see here. Oh, did any of you guys what are the general thoughts from everybody in chat about the have you seen the Minecraft trailer? Because the Minecraft trailer looks like a fucking circus. Lyle, $20, man. Thank you, dude. Thank you, thank you. It's still not fun when you all mock something I like, laugh aloud, but it's better on a better note. We can all agree that Wheel of Prime is terrible. It needs to end, but I don't think it will. I think Amazon is going to give it 5 seasons at least. Well, uh, I look, man. You may be right. Like I've always been sitting on 4 seasons for Wheel of Prime. Um, we have this. This article popped up out of nowhere. Of course, it is Screen Rant, but this article pops up out of nowhere from nowhere about the Age of Legends prequel movie, um, which there hasn't been any talk about in a long time. So I don't know if we're going to be keeping the show afloat to try and to try and see if this comes out to drum more interest in the show. Um, it's and it's all another thing. If they actually mean what they say about it being ratings based, are they gonna what ratings are they gonna follow? Are they gonna follow the true ratings that are given by or are they gonna just make up whatever they want to make up, right? Um. Oh yeah, no, there's a movie and apparently there's a cartoon. So apparently there is a. What's up? You okay?
To ask you if I could take something for.
Um. So it's not just a movie. Apparently they're talking about. So okay, so they announced this Age of Legends movie project, and apparently it's not just a movie. It's supposed to be a 3 movies. So I don't know if I don't know if it's really gonna be 3 movies. Um,
That's the road trip.
yeah,
Right?
two of the you can take 2 of those. Yeah. Um, I don't know if it's really gonna be a trilogy or not, but they're saying it's gonna be a trilogy. We'll see. Nothing's happened with it yet. So I don't know if it's actually happening or it's just being thrown out there to see if there's any interest or what. But it's supposed to be an Age of Legends trilogy, and they're also supposed to be doing a White Tower anime or cartoon or whatever you want to call it. Um, whether that happens, I guess only time will tell, right? Uh, we don't yeah we no it's I think the movie is supposed to go to theaters. It's supposed to be a wide release. I think it's supposed to be movie theaters and everything for the movies. Um, from what we've heard, it's supposed to be a major motion picture trilogy. Um, but they've announced it, and that's basically where it stayed. It stayed in the announcement. What did Ray say about Egwene fighting off Ishii? I haven't watched any of the interviews post show finale. Just interested in what Rafe said about it. Let's see. Yanon answers. Ray said Egwene didn't fight him off. He said Egwene was part of many. Right. So I'm pretty sure if I recall, it was that Rand needed his friends to accomplish what he needed to do, or some bullshit. So he made it that so it was all 5 of them defeating him together or some crap. Even though Rand didn't do anything, Rand literally did nothing. Rafe had the script of the acolyte for the acolyte. It was doing the power of one, the power of two, the power of many. You're right. You're absolutely right. That's exactly what it was. Exactly what it was. Oh man. So yeah, so I don't know. We'll see where all that goes with the movie. Like, I'm not surprised you haven't heard about it because it literally was just, I think they announced it trying to piggyback off the show, hoping it was going to be more popular. Uh, so we'll see if it actually happens or not. But uh, yeah, it's one of those things that there's a lot of thinking people thinking out there that they just announce it to see if they can drum up any interest and before making it, because also you got to remember it's Red Eagle Entertainment that is supposed to be doing the movies. Red Eagle is a mess. They're the same people that did Winter Dragon, right? Red Eagle is the company that basically has been holding on to the rights to this shit forever and has done nothing with it because they suck. So I would not be surprised if they flew it out there hoping to get some reactions to it, and they got no reactions, so they're gonna decide to not do it, and they'll do something right before they'll do something right before they lose their rights again. They'll do a fucking one-off cartoon or something, and that'll be it. Yeah, no, that it's pretty much the same. Yeah, it's the same idea. Is the Rings of Power? It's in a period of time when there's no lore, so they can take little. Well, there's some lore. There's enough lore that you can follow a blueprint if you wanted to, but they're just gonna take little pieces, and they'll make up whatever the fuck they want. Every it'll be every trope known to man if it gets made now. So, uh, no, there's no. It's dead. Like, they announced it. There was a little bit of an uptick, going, what the hell? Why are we doing an Age of Legends movie? Why are you doing a White Tower? Another, the show's completely about the White Tower already. Now you're going to do a White Tower cartoon. And both of those things they were announced. There was a little uptick in conversation, and then it died again. So I think Salty's probably right. They ain't gonna do those films. If they do it, direct it straight to Amazon and be half of the budget of the Wheel of Time series. I think that's probably right, because it's more about Red Eagle keeping their rights than actually making something. Because Red Eagle sucks. It was the biggest mistake Harriet ever made. Was Harriet? It might have been Jordan. I'm sorry. Who whether it was both of them, one or both of them while he was still alive, giving them the rights to that shit, was probably one of the biggest mistakes they did. Because Red Eagle has fucking been terrible arbiters of the Wheel of Time. They've done nothing with the property, and fuck them. There's stories to be told, and you're not wrong, but like, I'd rather see Hawkwings conquering and then ending with the siege of the White Tower. Why not? The Rise of Arthur Hawkwing. Tell me that would make a good anime. With it ending with him, sailing for Shan-Chan, right? He did. He said his favorite place in the Wheel of Time was the White Tower. So, when those comments started, pouring out of his mouth, the writing was on the wall. So, but yeah, guys. So, I already went a little. I got started later than I wanted to, and it's getting late. I got to get up early with the kiddo for school. So, White Tower was skip scenes like Shalon. Yeah, maybe. But I'm gonna wrap it up for tonight. We'll see what's going on. Josh, good to see you, buddy. Thanks for popping in. Sorry this isn't gonna be as long a stream as I normally do. There's still some articles I could go over, but like I said, the kiddos got to get to bed, and I got to be up early in the morning. So I'm glad I got to do something tonight and talk to you guys about it. Lyle, thank you for the super chat, buddy. I appreciate it as always. And like I said, yeah, it's not fun being on the other side of the fence, but you know, we're respectful of each other, and that's all. We don't have to agree, but as long as we're respectful, there's something there, right? So, Josh, thanks again for being here, buddy. And yeah, so I guess I'll have some articles for next time. I don't know when that will be. Probably, hopefully sometime this week. But I work the evening shift, so we'll see. We'll see what happens with some of the streams. But thank you for being here and talking some Wheel of Time and some Rings of Power. Thank you again, Lyle, for the super chat. I appreciate you. Thank you for always having the support, man. Appreciate it. And yeah, until the next one, which will hopefully be soon. We'll see y'all later. Bye. Good night.